This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hello everyone, welcome on into the Grange Mudroom kit. First look and a quick little build. So this is the new kit, one of the two new kits that came out today in The Sims 4, and I'm in love with it already. We're currently checking out the brand new, one of the two new wallpapers that we have. I was really excited to see that we had two wallpapers. This is the second of the two wallpapers that we had released today with the pack, and it's so pretty. I feel like this is one of those wallpapers that you could really use in a variety of different homes, so I'm quite excited about that. And on top of the new wallpapers, not only did we get those, we also got some new flooring, and it's a lovely stone flooring as well. So I feel like that's going to be really nice for decorating not only indoor areas but outdoor areas as well. So I feel like this is one of those kits that, although it is made for a mudroom, I really do feel that you can use this in a variety of different ways in different areas of a home. And I absolutely love that about this kit because, yeah, the more flexibility you have with building items, I feel like the better, because you're going to get more use out of them, which is amazing. So this is the little bench that we got. So it's a cute little bench. I love the styling of it, the cute little cushions, and the range of colors that we had with this were pretty, I thought they were good, as well as they were consistent across the range as well, which is great. This is the little console table that we got, and I love the little baskets underneath, how there's two sort of plain, and there's one with the draping. I don't know, what would it be? Like a little towel or a little bit of a side of a blanket? Either or. It's adorable. So then that moves on to upper cabinetry. So we did get a couple of options with the upper cabinetry. So this is the solid version. And then we got a second version which had the shelving in it, which I think is pretty cool. And they matched so seamlessly as well. We didn't get things like, you know, how with the kitchen cabinets you get like corner cabinets and you get like the different size cabinets. It's not the case with these particular ones. They're just this cabinet and that cabinet in that state, and that's it. But they are lovely and they're very usable. And the slotting with you know, how you put clutter and stuff on them, and the slotting with that is really good as well, I found, across the board with these. And so that's like a little another little solid cabinet there. And then we have these empty shelves, which again, absolutely lovely, very usable and very flexible, which, you know, I absolutely love. I turned one of these into a bookcase in the build you're going to see a little bit later after this. So yeah, I thought that was a really cool flexible item. And then we've got the closed cabinet as well. So while you might not have all of the options with, you know, each of the upper cabinets, there are, you know, there's plenty of things that you can kind of do to mix and match. Not only that, but we got two different racks, or hanging racks, which I thought was great. I was only kind of expecting the one, so the fact that we got two with two different items on it is great. So this is the first with the hat and the scarf on it, and then I'm going to skip over to the mirror, because I love this mirror. I think it's gorgeous. It looks really nice in the house. You can use it in the bathrooms, you can use it in the entryway, so it's nice and flexible, absolutely beautiful. There is this piece of wall decoration right here. I am in love with it. I have been wanting basically neutral, you know, neutral art for the walls for so long, and we're starting to get it with some of the kits, I feel like. But yeah, getting those little pieces here and there that we can actually use in more neutral sort of settings is just absolutely perfect, because I feel like having something like a neutral piece of artwork does make it more flexible in a whole range of different colored homes. And so this is the second hanging rack that we got, and this one is the one with the jacket. So two hanging racks. You can kind of have a big long rack if you want to. You can have a couple of different racks in different areas. So I love the flexibility of that. And the colors, oh, the colours are just working so well for me with this. The rug I absolutely loved. I think it just did a really good job of showcasing the colours that are there in this pack, and being one of those rugs that is really easy to coordinate with a whole lot of different colours. So I really appreciated that about this rug, that it could be used with a whole lot of different colours within this range. And yeah, it was very cleverly done, and I like the design on it as well, so I think that could be used in, you know, sort of like slightly more traditional style homes or even modern homes as well. So I love that flexibility. And hey, we just got a freestanding bag, my friends. Now I know we've got like a little one with the makeup from the Modern Luxe kit, but the fact that we've got like a closed bag and it's something that we can just sit around the place, and so pretty, and it's an attractive bag. So I was really happy with that piece of clutter. And also another freestanding framed item, our framed picture. So I only had the 2 pictures in it with a whole range of frames, but you know, that was going to be extremely usable around the house as well. I also really love these baskets. I thought these baskets were absolutely lovely. I think you could actually, you know, use them in a variety of ways, not just on shelves, but you know, beside chairs or underneath things as well. And yay, we got gumboots. I also really love the fact that they were actually called gumboots in the game. So gumboots is a bit more of an Australasian kind of thing, New Zealand, Australia. And the fact that we've actually got something in the game that kind of is a nod to the area of the world that we live in, I absolutely adore. So I love that. And it might be that they're called gumboots in other places as well, but I know, like, you know, in the Northern Hemisphere, they've got other names for it. And we got these shoes. Now, I did kind of think these shoes were on the larger size, but maybe they're like, yeah, maybe they're for the large-footed individual. I did sort of do a bit of a comparison between those and the Dream Home Decorator shoes, and they're quite a different size from that, so that's quite interesting. But I do feel like you kind of have the Dream Home Decorator shoes, then you have the base game shoe rack shoes, and then you have the mudroom shoes, sort of in terms of 3 different sizes. So it's nice that we've got some different sizes, so you can, you know, maybe demonstrate some different age groups in the house or different heights. So we have sunglasses and keys. So I just was nattering through that. And then we've got mail. So that's parcel and a stack of mail. Oh, and this vase right here. Did you know that it matches the colours of the hydrangeas in it? Actually match the base game hydrangeas that we have, that we can put outside, you know, in the landscaping. I thought that was a cool little detail. So nice thinking on that one, Peacemaker. We have a second little plant here. It's just like a little teeny tiny little fella. You can size it up most beautifully, as you can see there. And it has like some really nice colours on the exterior of the pot as well. So the plant doesn't change, but the exterior of the pot does undergo a few different little colours as well. I think it was a pretty little plant. I thought we got a really good range with this particular kit, and very, very usable throughout different areas of the house, and that's probably my favorite thing about it, is just how very usable it is. We did get a new little light, and you know what, I don't know that I necessarily use it inside as much, but it's definitely a really good porch light. But I think, you know, it does actually look really cute with the mudroom set as well. And that's our set. That is all the sort of the items in it, and now we're going to head into a little bit of a speed build for Nancy Landgrab. So you can see Nancy Landgrab out the front. We did a makeover with her live on stream, and she didn't get like a makeover in terms of her clothes, but she got a makeover in terms of her makeup. So she got a makeup makeover. And tell you what, the difference having some decent makeup on makes to Nancy Landgrab's face is just fantastic. I loved it, but I wanted to build her a cute little 1-bedroom home. So I considered this home maybe something for Nancy to have like a little getaway from the family. This is her little getaway house in Crick, Cabana in Willow Creek. So it's a little 20 by 15 lot, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. And I only used limited packs with this one. So we used base game, the Grange Mudroom kit, the Everyday Clutter kit, and the Laundry Day kit. I just wanted to actually put together a laundry with this kit and just see how Laundry Day and the Grange Mudroom packs worked together to create like a cute little laundry, because I felt that might work quite nicely. So that's what I did. So going in through here, I'm just deciding on a wallpaper because I mean, you know, when you think about Nancy, she wears like a lot of white and orange, but she has these brilliant green eyes as well. So I kind of leaned into the idea of maybe some green eye. So going into towards the green and maybe a touch of orange and a touch of white around the place. So that ends up being the color scheme that we worked to. I did use or try to use as much of the new kit as I could with this one. I just wanted to really explore it and see how well it could be used throughout the entirety of a house. And can I just say, it can really be used well throughout the entirety of a house. So yeah, I was absolutely delighted by that. So I'm just sort of fluffing around with the colors at this point, deciding what I wanted to do with the colors. And I was initially going to go sort of greens and yellows. Then I was thinking about Nancy herself, and then it was like, oh yeah, I should bring some orange into it because, you know, Nancy, very iconic in the white and the orange. So that's sort of the direction we went with: white, orange, and green. Green for her brilliant green eyes. Jealous eyes, maybe. But you can sort of see here. I love how the mudroom or the entryway in this house is basically just as big as, if not bigger than Nancy's bedroom. It's a little out of whack in that sense because, you know, we were very much celebrating the kit in this house, and you know, we wanted to make a grand entrance. You know, it's a first impression kind of thing, right? Now I did find I put some shoes underneath the bench seating, and I did find that that does not work. So Nancy wouldn't sit on the seat with shoes underneath the bench seating. So if you are looking to put something underneath that bench seating, just be aware that it may cause some seating issues with that. So when I was playtesting the build, Nancy was like, "Nah, I ain't sitting there," and I was just like, "Oh, Nancy, but it looks cool with the little, you know, with the little shoes underneath there." But no, she was having none of it. And you know, Nancy's going to have her opinions, isn't she? But yes, so just be aware that putting things underneath the bench seat may not be all that, yeah, user friendly. So using lots of clutter, and I wanted to bring in the everyday clutter kit because I thought that would work really nicely in the entrance area with the Grange Mudroom, and I feel like that was right, particularly as I was leaning towards doing a little bit more of a modern look home rather than a traditional style home. So those everyday clutter items are kind of perfect for that. And I mixed the Grange Mudroom wallpaper with the base game pale green brick, and I thought that worked really nice. So I used that pale green brick in the bathroom as well as the kitchen. And it was just like an itty bitty kitchen. I feel like Nancy is one of those people that really does not spend a lot of time cooking. So I didn't go overboard on the kitchen, plus I didn't have a lot of room. So, you know, I was conscious of the fact that we didn't have a great deal of space, and I didn't want to go overboard with it. But you know what? It's perfect for a couple or a single living in this house. It ended up being around about 70 odd thousand, maybe about 79,000, I think it was. Round about that. So, you know, it's not a starter home by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, it is a lovely home. As you can see here, I'm using the Grange Mudroom empty shelving. I've turned that into a custom bookshelf, which I thought was fantastic. I'm using those benches doubled up beside each other. They just slot in beside each other absolutely perfectly, by the way. I love the way that these slotted in. Also, a very good point to be made on this: if you lift up the cushions by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, they will sit perfectly on this bench seating, and I was absolutely just delighted to see that. I feel like that was a deliberate thing as well, for if you are lifting things up to put them on top of the seating, having an exact placement for that when you lift it up. I feel like that was a deliberate thing, and a thoughtful thing for us builders as well, because you know, it saves a lot of fussing around at the end of the day, doesn't it? Clicking and dragging things, or you know, whatever. So it does actually lift up perfectly on on 4 ups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go up 4, and you'll be perfectly situated with your cushions. So what I'm doing here is I'm just creating a custom shoe shelf, basically. So I'm using the base game shoe shelf, and then I'm using the immaculate shelving off to the side, adding some of the new shoes on there, and yeah, it's working a treat as a little custom bookshelf there. Not bookshelf, shoe shelf. So the living room is just putting the last sort of touches on the living room. We've got the coffee table, little bits of clutter around the place. This is Nancy's wardrobe. So I did want to add, like, you know, lots of little bits of clutter in there. And having the everyday clutter kit mixing in with this actually really just made this a lot more cluttery and lived in, and, you know, that sort of thing. So I had a few more options as far as clutter went, rather than just doing the plain base game plus kit build. So yeah, 4 packs only, and I think it worked a treat. I thought they were really good choices, all worked really well together, so I was happy with my pack choices here for this build. And then this is just sort of finishing off the last of Nancy's bedroom. So I used the the Pride update bed for her bedroom, and I thought that was kind of perfect for her. She's kind of the classy person that would have a white bed without worrying about, you know, somebody spilling orange juice or whatever on it. And then in the bathroom, it's kind of like a bathroom laundry room combo. So I did a few little bits and pieces there from the Grange Mudroom kit, and then I think most of it is basically base game in there. But, you know, obviously the Mudroom kit did not come with bathroom stuff. Surprise, surprise. But it did come with, you know, I think some really good items that could be used in the laundry. If I had more space and a dedicated laundry space, I probably would have used more of the kit as well. But I mean, I didn't have the space in this build to really go overboard with a rather large laundry space. But I feel like you really could use a lot of the stuff in a laundry setting as well, which I think is great. And as I was saying earlier, I love when you have build items that are really flexible in different areas of the house, because, you know, then you're going to get more use out of them, and that's the point, right? If you're buying a kit like this, you want to get the use out of it. So I feel like I'm going to get a lot of use out of this one, which is great. And yeah, just getting towards the end of the landscaping. Just going to put a cute little fountain in here, and some trees, and I think we'll be just about done. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that's watched this. A big thank you to EA, who has sponsored this video and provided me with a free kit as well to explore. Thanks, EA. You guys enjoy the tour. I will catch you next time, and remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Bye bye.